Hello dear YouTuber friends, and I hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to this new video. In this video I'm going to set up the Hotas one from scratch. So completely with no binding set up on it, completely from scratch. This will be useful for those of you on Xbox, obviously with the Hotas one, and you want to know how to set it up properly, how bindings work. On PC, with practically any Hotas system, this system should show you how you can set up your controller from scratch so you can use it as you want to. And for those of you on PlayStation 5, the forthcoming release, I think it's still in beta at the time of recording this video, it will show you how you can use the Hotas 4 on PlayStation 5, and again, how you can set up your own bindings. So I do hope this is going to be useful for many of you. So let's not dilly-dally. Let's get on with this video. Okay, so setting up the Hotas one from scratch. We're in the main menu, should be familiar to many of you with Flight Sim, whatever platform you're using. I'm doing this on PC, by the way, but it should work on Xbox and PlayStation 5 if you're using the Hotas one on Xbox and Hotas 4 on PlayStation 5. So we'll go to Settings, Settings cog, top right, and Controls. And you should see the Hotas one there. I've got it selected. Make sure you click on it to select it. It's got some profiles set up. Flight Sim 2024 profiles for controls and airplane controls. General and airplane controls. I did a video explaining what these two different profiles are. I'll link it down below in the description. General controls are things like views. General controls that will carry across from aircraft to aircraft. Airplane controls are things like, you know, your elevator, your ailerons, moving your aircraft around, your flaps. It'll make more sense as I go through this video. If I go, I'm on Sim Update 3 Beta, by the way, so the released version. If I go to this tab up here, and I'm going to click on it, left click, and go to Assigned. Probably useful to use a mouse, whatever platform you're on. So go to Assigned. Ignore the Discord notifications top left. I'll turn them off after I've recorded this part. Forgot to turn Discord off. There we go. We got various different things like elevator trim, rudder trim, various. It's got firefighting stuff in there. We don't want all that. It's got all kinds of controls that we're probably not going to use, and they're going to get complicated if they're on. Let's remove all these altogether. I did get a question about somebody not being able to unbind controls. Let me show you that one first. If I go to smoke toggle here, I don't want that on. If I hover over it, it says there, my backspace. See the bottom left there? Bottom left of the screen. Save and back, unbind, more info. I can use my backspace to unbind that. Now if I do that, it's going to ask me to rename the profile. But that's how you would unbind. So if you got one set up, you got controls you don't want on. Look at your bottom left. As long as you're using on keyboard, maybe have a keyboard connected as well. As long as you're using 2024 profiles there, you can just use your backspace to unbind. Again, I won't do that because I'm just showing you that because I had a question. What I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate the general controls. Now, how to duplicate that? You go to that little icon here, cog icon, click on it, and click on duplicate. So again, go slowly. We got a lot of new people to Flight Sim. This little cog icon, click on it, left click, and go to duplicate. And it will ask you to rename the profile. We'll call it Hotas 1. So click in the box. Definitely handy to have a keyboard and mouse, whatever platform you're using. So this guide is assuming you've got a keyboard and mouse attached. So I'm not going to answer questions about controllers. I don't own a PlayStation 5 and I'm not going to start up my Xbox to mess around with controllers, use a keyboard and mouse. It's going to make life easier. There you go. New profile, Hotas 1. Okay. And take a look in here. It'll take a while. This is the only time it'll pause when it's making new profiles. I've still got general controls set up. You can see all these general. What I can do, I can clear those general controls completely. This is how you'd make it, how you clear controls completely. Click on that cog icon again, and click on clear. And it will say all bindings will be reset and cleared. Do you want to continue? Okay. There you go. Give it a second, but you can see now all my general controls have cleared from there. Let's do the same with airplane controls. If general and airplanes is confusing, do go and look at that video about profiles explaining this down below in the description. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna duplicate this one, airplane controls. Click on the cog icon. Click on duplicate. And again, we'll name that to Hotas 1. Ugh. Sometimes you click on it and it will click out of it, so just left clicking it again. Hotas 1. And it will just take a while, but we're going to do the same. We're going to clear all the airplane controls now. So there you go, Hotas 1, Hotas 1. That's our new profile setup. Click on the cog icon. Click on clear, and it will clear all these bindings. Okay, look. Under assigned, we have nothing set up on our new profiles because we just cleared both of them. So general and airplanes all cleared, nothing set up. Specific controls are specific for certain aircrafts. You'll have like firefighting aircraft or hot air balloons. They'll have specific controls. You don't need to worry about these for general aircraft like the Cessna 182 here or the Cessna 172. Those don't have specific controls. There you go. Those are cleared. Let's continue. Okay, so continuing, let's set up some primary flight controls, things like your elevator, ailerons, moving your aircraft around, rudders, so when you can control it on the ground, and throttle. So, we've got our profile set up, these are all clear. Flight control services. If you go to controls, this will be your sort of main interface you'll see with all the different options. Make sure this is on all, top right rather, on all. Go to Flight Control Services. So I'm going to click into that. Make sure you got your Hotas system selected as well. Primary Flight Controls. So Flight Control Services, Primary Flight Controls. Primary Control Services. Let's say that properly. Click into that. And if you just use your middle mouse wheel to scroll down on this, you can see rudder axis. At the bottom, we should get aileron axis and elevator. Elevator is moving your stick forward and backwards, so forward to descend, dive, if you like, backwards to climb, to ascend, and ailerons, left and right, to move it left and right. Let's do elevator first. So elevator, so what you do, sorry, let's cancel that. Click in this box here next to elevator axis. Left click, I'm going to move my stick forward. That's axis Y. All pretty straightforward. We'll do the same for ailerons. Click in the box next to it and move your stick left or right. Now it's picked up on the wrong axis there. It's picked up on Y. So that's a good demonstration. Sometimes you can accidentally bind the wrong axis. That's actually my elevator axis. Let's try that again. Move it left or right. Axis L, axis X. That's correct. Now, if you just look up a little bit there, so we're at the bottom of that menu, Primary Flight Control Services. Just look up, you can see rudder axis. You've got a couple of options. This is the Hotas, Hotas 4, Hotas 1, Hotas X, has a twistable axis on the stick there. So you can twist the stick to use it as rudder. You've also got on the front of your throttle, let me just show you a picture on that of that on screen. You've also got a rocker switch, which you can use to you can move it left or right, the rocker switch, and that can be set as rudder as well. Let's take that off screen. I'm going to use the twist axis. This is what I prefer on the stick itself as rudders. So I'm going to click in this box next to rudder axis, and I'm going to twist my stick. Oh, that was painful. So there you go, R axis Z. So that's my rudders. We're going to test this in a moment. Go back, and actually, we're going to save them back. What I can do, I can go to free flight. I've got the Cessna 182. Cessna 182, if you don't have that, Cessna 172 will be fine to test it. We're going to set up here. This is fine. Set as departure. We'll just select flight, get into the actual flight, and then we can test the different bindings we've just set up. I was going to say that I'll bring you back, but it's in already. Flight Sim 2024 is generally quite quick. There you go. Oh, I'm not in the actual cockpit there. Is it delete key to get in the cockpit? No, it's backspace on the keyboard, thankfully. That could have been. Just use my mouse, holding down my right mouse button and moving my mouse down to get into this view. Going to move my stick forward. Yep, that's to descend. Backwards to climb, left and right. Absolutely fine. Twist my stick. Look at my rudder pedals down below here. If I twist it left, my left rudder will kick in. Twist it right, my right rudder will kick in. That's all fine. Let's just quickly set up throttle. Settings. Controls. Make sure your Hotas 1 is selected. We'll just scroll down this main menu. Make sure this should be on all. Just scroll down with your middle mouse button till you get to power management. So there you go, from the top, just scrolling down, power management. Click in that, click on throttle in there, power management. And you want to select, be careful on this one, you can select the wrong one up, just where it's got throttle axis. It's only got one throttle lever. So this is what we're going to set up as throttle axis. Click into that and move your throttle forward or backwards. Joystick L axis Z. Do keep an eye on what these are named, because we'll be messing around with sensitivities later on, but not for the throttle unless you want to. Throttle axis Z. There we go. Save them back. Save them back. Resume. Look at my throttle down here. It's all the way back at the moment. I'm just going to move that forward. That's correct. I've still got my parking brake on. It's fine. Move it all the way back. Move it all the way forward. Those controls are all set up. Let's continue. So, continuing, we're going to do trim, flaps and brakes. By the way, if you just want to get to one section, look at the timeline of the video. I've divided it up into different sections if there's something you wanted to know how to set up. But if you're setting it up from scratch, bear with me. Go to Settings, Controls. Make sure your Hotas 1 is selected. It should be if you're setting it up already. And this is on all. So what we're doing, trim. That will be in flight control services. This will trim out your aircraft trimming, basically. If you're in the air, it's going up too much. You can trim down to trim out your aircraft to get to straight and level flight, or trim up. So we go to control trimming services. And it's got, if you scroll down this list, control trimming services, use your middle mouse button. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Nose up, nose down. I couldn't see it for the moment. You don't need to scroll down. So trim nose up, trim nose down. Trim nose up, there's a couple of buttons, B1 and B2. B2 is on the back of your, it's on the face of your flight stick. At the back of the flight stick, let me just show you a picture of that on screen. You got B1. I'm going to use that for trim nose down. There you go. Let's take it off screen. So there you go. Trim nose up. I'm using this B2 on the face of the flight stick. Trim nose up. And trim nose down, we're using B1 at the back of the flight stick. So click in the box. It'll say scanning. Click the button, if I can find it. B1, there you go. B1, B2, that will trim my nose up and down. Those are set up. Now, what else am I doing here? Flaps. So click in this top box here, control trim and surfaces, it will hide that menu. Secondary control surfaces are your flaps. Be careful on this one. You've got different things. Increase flaps, retract flaps, extend flaps, decrease flaps. To set them up in increments, you want to increase and decrease flaps. It will increase your flaps in increments and decrease in increments. Extend will fully extend your flaps. Retract will fully detract your flaps. You don't really want to set it up that way. And for this one, on the back of the Hotas system, let me just grab mine. I think it's B3 and B4. Show you a picture of that on screen. So there you go, on the back of the throttle, basically. B3 and B4, those are what I prefer as flaps. You can set up whatever buttons you want, but those are what I prefer. So I'm going to use decrease flaps. Let me just check my Hotas system again. B3, yep. So decrease flaps. B3. Increase flaps. You got it? B4. There we go. And we can give those a quick test while we've just set a few things up there. Go back, resume. Here's my flaps lever here. I'm going to increase my flaps with B4. And as you can see, it'll do it in increments. So flaps 10 degrees, 20 degrees. Full flaps, decrease, B3. That works absolutely fine. Trim. Look at the trim wheel down here. B1, trim nose down. B2, trim nose up. There you go, let's just reset. There you go, I'm just making sure with that little white line there that my flaps are fully, my trim's configured. And it is, so there you go. Flaps and trim are all set up. We'll do some brakes. So that'll be parking brake and brakes, so it's braking when you come into land. Go to settings, go to controls, brakes. So just scroll down this list here. Make sure your Hotas 1 is selected again, Hotas 4, Hotas X, or whatever Hotas you're using. Scroll down the list. If you're on PC, you own an expensive Hotas system, you can follow this guide and set up your controls. You'll have different buttons, but it will give you an idea. Scroll down till we get to brakes. And let's set up our brakes. So when we're coming into land, we want to brake. We can just click in brakes here. Click in where it's got brakes, and I'm going to use the trigger, let me show you a picture of that on screen, at the front of the Hotas system for brakes. There we go, take it off screen. So, click in brakes, click in that trigger, that's F1. Parking brakes, I'm going to use the Y button on the face of the throttle here. There's a little Y button. It's around about here on the Hotas. I'm going to use that. That's what I prefer. From memory, that's where I have my toggle parking brakes. Click in the box there. Click on the menu, rather, parking brake. Click in the box here, toggle parking brakes. Click that Y button. Let's give that a try. Always save and back when you set up your controls. Resume, and it will save it to that profile. Just going to move my throttle up slightly. Click on Y to release the parking brake. I can even test my rudders. We will have to adjust the sensitivity of rudders later. I can show you that later. Bring my throttle back. I've changed my mind. I'm not taking off. Click on my trigger to brake. And then click on parking brakes to set my parking brake. Those are set up. Let's continue. So let's tackle everybody's favourite subject, views, looking around the cockpit, looking around external. I'm also going to show you an advanced setting in here as well. Let's just go to settings, and we'll go to controls. Again, always make sure it should be selected because you've been setting it up, if you've been setting it up so far with this video, that it's selected, your Hotas 1. This is on all, it should be by default. And that you've got your profiles selected. That can catch people out. Make sure you're setting up the profiles that you want to set up your new profile, Hotas 1. We'll scroll down the categories here. Scroll down with your middle mouse button. Wheel, rather. Until you get to camera. It's a bit further down the list. Camera. There we go. Clicking camera, and we're going to set up first our cockpit views. Clicking cockpit camera in camera. Cockpit camera, there's a whole loads of things you can set up here. Let's get back to the top. I want to scroll down this list till I start to see cockpit as the first word down here. So I'm just scrolling down till I see cockpit. There we go. I prefer to set up my cockpit with quick views. If you prefer to look around your cockpit smoothly with your hat switch, by the way, we're going to be using the hat switch as our main control for views. Hat switch on the face of the flight stick. If you prefer to look around smoothly, keep scrolling down these cockpit views and you'll go past the lockable ones. You don't want to set them up. Cockpit, look down. Cockpit, look left, look right and look up. They're all here just past the lockable views. These are the ones you'll set up. Cockpit, look down, set up your hat switch. Click in the box and move your hat switch down. Look left, move it left, your hat switch. Click in the box, move it left. Look right, move it. Click in the box, move your hat switch right. And look up, click in the box, move your hat switch up. I don't like that in the cockpit. I use my mouse if I want to look around smoothly. But if you want to use your hat switch, that's how you're set up with looking around smoothly with those bindings. Then they just say, don't bother with the look down left, right, look up, right and look up, left rather and look up right. Don't bother with them. Just set those four up, look left, look right, look down, look up. And that'll let you look around the cockpit using your hat switch. Following this guide, I'm going to use my quick views. I prefer that, and it's a much handier way I find to look around, especially when you want to look out your left and right windows. Cockpit quick view right, it's these ones we want to set up. Cockpit quick view right. I'm going to click in the box and I'm going to move my hat switch to the right, and it will come up PLV to the right. Cockpit quick view left. I'm going to click in the box and I'm going to move my hat switch to the left. Those are set up for quick view left and right. I'll show you the effect of them in a moment. How about cockpit quick view up and quick view rear? I think that's a bit further down. Cockpit quick view. Let me just see. Rear. There you go. And cockpit quick view rear. Cockpit quick view up. Somewhere there as well. Upper. It'll just make you look basically up into the roof of your aircraft, and rear will make you look to the rear of your aircraft. I prefer previous pilot position and next pilot position. Let me just go slowly here. So we've set these up. Cockpit quick view left and right. Let me show you what these do first before I set anything else up. There we go, resume. It was taking its time now, wasn't it? So in the cockpit, I can go cockpit quick view left. So look out my left window. Cockpit quick view right. So look out my right window. And if you click right again, it'll take you back to the view you were in before. Click left again, it'll take you back into the view you were in before. I just find that handy. When I want to look out my left and right windows, those are the ones I prefer. But it's up to you. You can do the others if you want to look around your cockpit smoothly. Go to settings again. Instead of going cockpit quick view up and rear, I want to set up cockpit next pilot position and previous pilot position. Let me just show you them. So I'm just going to type in next pilot. And what that will do, if I click in that white box and type that in, it will take me to the controls that pertain to what I'm typing in there. My search parameters. Next pilot position. I want to use my hat switch up for that, and I'll show you the effects of this. Click in the box, move my hat switch up. There you go, PLV up. Previous pilot position. Click in the box, delete all that. Previous pilot. There you go. And it'll bring up the search parameters. Oops, it's clicked on it again. It's a bit buggy that way. Click your spacebar if that happens. Previous pilot position. There you go. Click in the box and move my hat switch down. Ugh. If you're not quick enough, it will cancel the scan. Move my hat switch down. PLV down. There you go. Go back, save them back. Let me just show you the results of them. Now, move my hat switch up. It will take me over the nose of my aircraft. Great for landings if you want better visibility over the nose of your aircraft. Move it down, it will take you to your default position. Move it down again, it will take me to the instruments. I'll show you an advanced setting for instruments later, which I feel reacts better. Now you can see my default view's a bit messed up. I've been using my mouse to look around. How do I get a reset cockpit view? Let's go to settings. Go to controls. Should have my Hotas one selected as I've been playing around with it. This is on all. I've got my profiles here that I've been setting up. I'm going to search for this again. It's an easier way to find this. Reset. Just type in cock. Let's make that more user-friendly. Reset cockpit view should come up if you type in reset cockpit. I'm going to use that stripy button on the face of the flight stick. That's from muscle memory. That's if you're moving your hat switch around, it's right next to it to reset your cockpit view. That's what I prefer. Click on that and click that stripy button. So if you're on the Hotas 4, I think it will be a big button. The same format on the different Hotas systems, but it's a big button on the face of your flight stick. Just give that a quick test. Save them back, resume. There you go, my view's slightly to the right. Let's click that reset cockpit view. There you go. If I look out left and right, or even up over the nose of my aircraft, click that stripy button, it will take... Oh, no, it doesn't. Doesn't if you're in previous and next pilot position. If you're looking left and right, you can click that stripy button. It will reset you to your default view. If that's gone too fast, take a look over that in your own time. Go through it slowly. But let's continue. Okay, so I want to set up some buttons for external views now. So let's go to controls. These ones I will do for looking around smoothly. Go to settings. And go to controls. Make sure your Hotas one is selected. You got this on all. We'll scroll down to camera again. Camera. Left click. And then go to external camera in this menu. External camera. Oh, actually, let me just show you something first. I jumped ahead. What we first want to do is set up a button for toggling cockpit and external views. There's a button on the Hotas one here. It's like a two-screen button right next to the big Xbox button. And I think it's similar on the Hotas 4. You've got a button, black button next to it. So your leftmost button on this part here with two screens on. If you go to camera mode switches menu, you'll have a cockpit external view mode, and this will be useful for toggling in your avatar when you're walking around to toggle your first person and third person view. I'm going to click in that button, in that box there, cockpit external mode, and I'm going to click that button. And what that will do should be self-explanatory, but I'll show you anyway. I'm in cockpit mode, I'll click that button. There you go, I'm external. I've got nothing set up to move around externally at the moment, so let's do that. Go to settings. Go to controls. There you go, Hotas 1 selected. Go back down to camera. Trying to do this at a slow pace for people who are new. Cockpit camera, external camera. So in camera, menu, external camera. And you want to scroll down this list till you see external view, look down, look there they are. Not the lockable. Go past the lockable ones until you get to look down, look left, look right. Scroll down a bit more, look up. Down, left, right, up. Oh, sorry. Down, left, right, and up. Don't worry about setting up these other ones. You don't need them. So just down, left, right, and up. Be careful which ones you're setting up here. So it's basically these three. You've got up, left, right, and left. And cockpit view look down. Let's do this. Let's click in the box. Cockpit view look down. Move my hat switch down. There you go. PLV down. Look left. Move it left. look right, move it right, and look up. Click in the box, move your hat switch up. There we go. Nice and simple, people. This will let you look around your external view smoothly. Can I show you an advanced thing here? Go to General. Oh, let me show you that first before I get there. Save and back. Resume. Let's just move my hat switch left. There you go. It's moving left. Move it up. It's moving up in external view. There you go. I'm looking around smoothly. It's a bit too quick for me, that. I want that to scroll around less sharply, let's say. Go to Settings. Go to General Controls. So Settings, General Controls, and Camera. In this camera menu, scroll down until you come up to your external camera. And I want this, I've actually altered it already, but I want this less, so when I'm looking around, it's actually less sharp, shall we say. And I want it a bit smoother when looking around. I'm going to put this down to, oh, let's see, 30. Make it nice and even. Come on, you... see if I can do it smoothly. There we go. Oh, I had 30. 30! There we go. External free look momentum 30. Save and back. Resume. When I'm looking around now, there you go. I'm just getting it in smaller increments when I'm scrolling around. If I hold my left hat switch, PLV switch, it's going to keep scrolling around until I release it. But when I'm scrolling around, there you go. I've got it in smaller increments. And you can adjust that setting I showed you to your liking. Let's continue. Let's show you an advanced setting here in camera. I want to get this view. Let me just scroll. I'm using my mouse to look around. Right in on my Garmin system here. I'm going to try and center in. There you go. I want to save that as a custom camera view. Bear with me on this one. This is more advanced. You can skip this and go to the next part if you want to. But I want that as a custom camera view. I'll go to Settings. Go to Controls. Now, be careful here. I'm going to switch controls to my keyboard. So on the left there, switch to keyboard. So it's keyboard selected. I'm making sure I've got my 2024 controls selected. They should be by default. Scroll down till you get to camera. For this, you probably need a keyboard. I'm in camera there. Go to camera. Cockpit camera. In camera. And I want to scroll all the way down till I see Save Cockpit Camera. There you go. Shift and 5 will save my camera position. If I click... Well, there you go. Shift and 5. So just go to your camera menu and scroll all the way down until you see Save Custom Camera 1. Shift and 5. Go back. Save and back. Resume. So if I click on that view, Shift and 5 together. So I'm going to hold down Shift in fact and click 5. You'll get no notification there that it's saved, but it should have saved. I'm going to go back. I'm going to click on my stripy button on my Hotas, the view I set up before, Reset Cockpit Camera View. Go to Settings. I'm going to try and go as slowly as I can on this one. For new people, it's quite advanced. Go to Controls. Make sure now that you switch back to your Hotas 1 and that you've got your profiles selected here. So Hotas 1, profile selected. Go to camera. And I want to go to cockpit camera. In camera. I'm going to scroll down this list in cockpit camera till I see load custom camera. I've got nothing set up there. Load custom camera 1. What I'm going to do, my friends, you've got a switch here to the right of that big Xbox button. It's a button with 3 lines on it. Should be similar on the Hotas 4 for PS5 users and the Hotas X, of course. The button to the right of that big button there. So your rightmost button on this part. I'm going to use that as a shifter button. This is where it gets advanced. I'm going to be setting up a few controls with autopilot as well, using that button as a shifter. It's like holding down shift in effect. Load custom camera 1. I'm going to select that shift button and that free button with the two windows rather that we set up for cockpit external mode before. I'm going to set this up so that's a shifter button. I've got to hold down that button first and then press this button to load my custom camera 1. I hope that's making sense to some of you or most of you. So I'm going to click in the box, click load custom camera 1. Make sure you select both those buttons together. Press them both together. There you go. So a combination of holding down that button on the far most right here, holding it down and pressing that button with the two screens will load my custom camera 1. Pause, go back if you need to re-watch that part. It's quite complicated. Go back, save and back, resume. Hold down that button, rightmost button with the 3 lines, and press that button with the 2 screens. There you go, it's worked. If I press it again, it'll take me back to the view I was in before. So if I want to get to my Garmin quickly, and you can set up all kinds of custom cameras with all kinds of buttons, you've got a lot of buttons on your Hotas. Use that button as your shifter button, or a button as your shifter button. I prefer that one. And then I can just click in to load my custom camera 1. Re-watch that part if you need to, but let's continue. So let's have a bit of fun now. We'll set up some autopilot stuff. So from your pause menu, go to settings, go to controls, making sure that we got our Hotas 1 selected again and our profiles that we're setting up selected as well. We'll scroll down this category list until we get to autopilots, just a bit further down. Autopilot. First button I want to set up is toggle the autopilot computer on. So that's in your autopilot menu and general. Click on that and you've got toggle autopilot master. I'm going to use these 3 buttons here right in the center of the Hotas 1 and Hotas 4. On the Hotas 1 it's B5, previous and next. So a black button and 2 white buttons. B5, previous and next. I'm going to use the B5 as toggling my autopilot master. So click in the box. Click in start scanning. B5 selected. So that will toggle my autopilot master on. Click out of that menu now. Just click it to close it. I want to have my previous, I think it's previous, yep. So it's a button to the left here, as my toggle heading mode. So if we go in autopilot menu again, just go to heading menu and toggle autopilot heading hold basically. I'm going to use my left button here. It's called a previous. I think it's the same on the Hotas 4. Click in the box. Click the button. Previous. There we go. And I'm just going to click out of that menu again. Just click on the menu heading to close it. Next button I want to have as my nav mode. So if I've got a course setting, I can click the button. It will follow my course. Should be self-explanatory this, but in autopilot, well maybe not so much this. Autopilot menu, go to nav. And you might need to scroll down a bit. Basically, it's autopilot nav 1 hold on. So if you set that button up, it will follow a course, basically go into nav mode and follow a course. Click the box. Click the next button, so it's the rightmost button in that center panel. Next. There we go, that's all set up. Shall we test that? Save and back. Resume. There we go in a cockpit. So if I click that button that I set up, B5, it will bring up autopilot on. Click the previous button, it should go heading now if I click that button. Heading, there you go. I've not got a course set up, but if I had a course set up and I press that next, oops, increase my throttle there, it will go into nav mode. I'll show you the effects of that later. We'll take it for a test flight. I'm going to click the autopilot master off, so it will click out of my autopilot. That's all working. Let's show you some advanced settings in autopilot. Advanced autopilot. Say I wanted, you can use these knobs down here to select your autopilot reference altitude, what you want your autopilot to climb at. Say I want to set up buttons for that. And my heading mode, I don't want to come down here messing around with my heading knob down here. That's my heading indicator. So if it's in heading mode, the aircraft will turn so it lines up with that indicator. I want to set up buttons and switches on my Hotas 1 to do that. Shall we do this, people? Go to settings. Controls. Now, for this, I'm going to search in the box. It's easier to search for these controls. I'm going to use that shifter button. Remember the shifter button we set up before? The button to the far most right down here with the 3 lines. I'm going to use that button again in combination with my hat switch to set up those controls. Take your time with this one. This is more advanced. So I'm going to type in, let's do heading first, increase in that box, increase. Just typing increase head. And it will come up there, increase heading bug. So again, I want to use that button here as a shifter. I'm going to hold it down and I'm going to move my hat switch to the right. But I'm going to press them both together to set them up first. So press them both together, that button there, and move your hat switch to the right to increase heading bug. Oh, scan console, I wasn't quick enough. Do it again if you weren't quick enough like me. There you go. That button and my hat switch to the right to increase my heading bug. How about decrease heading? Click in the box, just delete all that. Decrease. Make sure you're spelling it correctly as well. Head. There you go. Decrease heading bug. Yeah, you've got it. It does that sometimes. It goes back to that default list. Click in the box, just move your spacebar. There you go, and delete, so it'll bring it up again. Oh, you need to fix that, Aselva, please. What I'm going to do here, click that button as a shifter button, but setting them up, you need to click them both together. That button and my heading, my hat switch to the left to decrease my heading bug. So let's try and time this correctly. You got to be, it's a bit tricky, but you should be able to do it. There you go. POV to the right, to the left rather, and that shifter button that we set up before. Rewatch if you need to, but let's go into our aircraft. I've got my Hotas in an awkward position here, but I'm just going to hold down that shifter button, that button with the 3 lines, move my hat switch left. There you go. Oops. Can you see that heading indicator moving around? Holding down that button and move my hat switch left and right. That works perfectly. Let's get back into our default position. There you go. I'm just using my hat switch up by itself to get back into that position. But that works fine. Let's now set up how to increase and decrease our autopilot reference altitude. I keep nudging my throttle there. Go to settings. And go to controls. I'll show you a different way here. Let's scroll back down to autopilot. And in autopilot mention, we'll go to altitude. I think this will do it. You got altitude and attitude there. Click in altitude. There you go. Increase autopilot reference altitude and decrease. It's probably, rather than typing all that in, you can find it there in that menu, autopilot menu and altitude. Increase and decrease. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use that button again as a shifter button to decrease the autopilot reference altitude. Hold down the button, move my hat switch down. Increase, hold down the button, move my hat switch up. Are you following? Are you okay? Do let me know. Click in the box, decrease. So click in the box and then use that shifter button, move my hat switch down. There you go. Increase. Click in the box. Let me just move my Hotas system to the next to me. I've just, yeah, it's just my setup. I've had to put it to the side of me. Increase autopilot reference altitude. Again, we're going to hold down that, press that button and move it up at the same time, the hat switch. Oh, no, that's wrong. I don't know what it's done there. Let's redo that. Make sure you got it right. There you go. That's what you want. The button and the hat switch up. Okay so far? I hope so. Don't worry about these. These are more advanced. Once you got used to the other settings, you can set these up. Let's test that. Watch this figure down here. Gonna hold down that button with the 3 lines. Move my hat switch up. As you can see, it's increasing my autopilot reference altitude. Move it down, it will decrease. So let's say I want to climb to 1,500 feet. There you go, it's all set up. Hold down that button. I want my heading bug synced to my direction. About there. There you go. Again, re-watch that part if it went too quickly for you. Let's move on. Okay, for the last of the settings, I'm going to use these 3 buttons here. You can just about see it in this picture. It's basically, if I look on my Hotas one, it's X, A, and B. I've not set them up yet. So I'm just going to do some miscellaneous settings. You can set these up whichever way you want. Let me just see. B, so the bottom button, I'm going to set up as my landing gear. So make sure you got your Hotas one selected and Hotas one here, your profiles selected. We'll scroll down. It should have a menu of its own. Landing gear. Landing gear, there we go. In landing gear menu, go to gears. And then toggle landing gear. I'm going to use, so it'll either put my landing gear up or down, depending what position it's in. I'm going to click that and select my button B for that one. There you go, that's set up as landing gear. Toggle landing gear. Oh, toggle visual assistances. I'm going to use the top button, which is button X, I think. Yep, X. Top button here to toggle visual assistances. I'll show you what this does. It's quite a useful one. Just type in the box there, toggle visual. Start typing it in, toggle visual, and it will come up. Click in that box and then click the topmost button if you're following this guide. Now, why is that not selecting? Bear with me again. It's gone all funny. I'll try that again. Now, for some reason, that's not selecting. You may have the same... If that's not working for you, for whatever reason... So if it's a good example. Scan cancelled. Just looking to see if my computer's going all dotty on me. I'm just going to go save and back. Go to settings again. Guess it's a good demonstration in case this happens to you. Type that in again. Toggle. Toggle visual assistances. There you go. I'm going to click in that box again to start scanning and try and do it again now with button X. There we go. Not sure why it went by me before. I think it's just a flight sim bug. Something else you need to fix there, Sobo, if you're seeing this. If they ever watch this. And we've got one button left. A. Take controller character. Lets you get into avatar mode. That's quite a handy one, isn't it? So type in this box again. Delete all that. Just type in, start typing in take control of character. There we go. And again, it's gone back to those menus. That's quite annoying. Take control, just press spacebar there, it's fine. I'm going to use button A, so it's the middle button to set up there. No, don't cancel the scan. Oh, there you go, it set it up. Button A. There we go, let's just show you these. Save and back. So resume. Now, oh, I've got my throttle forward, just ignore that. There we go, you can see my landing gear down here. If I press that landing gear button, the bottom button, it's B. It's going to raise it, it's going to beep at me because it's saying you're on the ground, you idiot. Let's press it again to put it back down. Toggle visual assistances, let's get external. Move my hat switch around, which we set up before. You see that visual assistance? That's what toggle visual assistances are. Lets you see airports when you're flying near them. Press that button, you don't want to see them in the air, or you might want to. I can turn them off. Press it again, it'll turn it back on. Let's turn them off for now. Take controller character. Let's just get back in the cockpit. Press that center button, A. Now, is that the right one I'm pressing there? Let me just make sure, people. So this is a good example. It's not done it for me. I'm going to go to Controls. Go to All, Assigned, up here. So I'm in my Controls. I'm going to see what I've got assigned by clicking in this box. Go to Assigned. Going to keep this in. This is a good demonstration of what can happen. Now take controller character. It's not put it in, has it? Oh, interesting. So I'm going to put this back to All. Don't know why it's not done it. Take controller character. Yeah, it's not set it up. Very strange indeed. I'm going to click that again and set that button A, the middle button here. Let's take controller character. There we go. Hey, I don't have any other controls set up. I've made sure, so I've unplugged my other controls, so it's not that. Take controller character. Will you save now? So, if I press that button, I should go outside the aircraft. There we go. And I can use my default keys, WASD, to move around. Yep, that's fine. Oh, I want to get back in my aircraft. Press A again. There we go, my friends. Listen, those are the only controls I'm setting up. You can do more if you've mastered that. Let's now take it for a test flight and adjust some sensitivities. Okay, test flight and sensitivities. So I've just set up a simple flight. I'm in the Middle East at the moment, I believe. Just to demonstrate this, you can see on my Garmin I've got some kind of routing set up. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to just increase the throttle and release the parking brake, which is why. I'm not going to go too quickly. I'm just going to twist my stick to see how my rudders... They're a bit sensitive, the rudders. So let's set up some sensitivities for rudders. Let's go to Settings. We'll go to Controls. Now, to put these in a funny place, I wish they would streamline controls. I'm used to them, but it's very awkward for new people. Go to this cog icon next to Hotas 1. Well, first, click in Search by Input. It will let you see what you've got set up on a certain input. Search by Input, and I'm just going to move my got to do it a bit quicker than that. Twist my stick. It's R axis Z. Keep that in mind. R axis Z. Go to your Hotas 1 at the top here where you got your Hotas 1 selected. Go to the cog icon. And go to Hardware Settings. So cog icon, Hardware Settings. And this is where you set up sensitivities. So you remember it's R axis Z. We can click in that. And if I twist my stick, this dot and line should move. I'm not sure if they fixed that on Xbox and PS5 yet. Or at least it does on PC. But that's the right axis for the rudders. I want to make them less sensitive. Remember, with sensitivities, you want to decrease the sensitivity in plus and minus to make it less sensitive. Let's make it less sensitive by 0.20. Sorry, 0.2. In both the plus and minus. There we go. 0.2. And we'll give that a try. So the sensitivities is now less on my rudders by doing that. Save and back. Resume. Oh, yeah, that's much less sensitive. That is much better. Okay, let's continue. Let's throttle up. And I can keep the center line. I've got my rudder set up nicely with that sensitivities. Get up to takeoff speed about 60 to 80 knots. Well, 70 knots rather. Now, pulling back my stick slightly. Oh, it's quite sensitive. Moving it left and right is not too bad, in fact. I like the left and right movement. Maybe a little bit less sensitive left and right. But my elevator moving up and down is way too sensitive. Let me just raise my landing gear while I'm up on the ground. I'm going to press my button that I set up for raise my landing gear. Button B, if you remember before. Use my trim to trim up slightly so when I leave go of my controls, I'm not falling back down to earth. Trim down, that's a bit high now. About there, I'm just using my trim buttons. About there will do. Press escape. Let's make the ailerons and elevator less sensitive. Go to settings. Controls. Search by input. and move your stick forward. Axis Y, L axis Y, so that's what we need to set up. And I believe moving it left and right will be L axis Z, X. I think they're next to each other in hardware. So Y and X. Yeah. So go to your Hotas one again. Cog icon. It's a bit complicated, this part. I do apologise. It's not my doing. Cog icon, hardware settings. Yeah, Y and X, isn't it? So if I move my stick left and right, it's X axis. Click on Y. That's my elevator axis. So they're right at the top there. So elevator, let's make that less sensitive. Sensitivity minus and plus, put them to the both settings, otherwise you'll get some funny results. Less sensitive, about 25.25, I'm thinking. Thank you. 0.25. Oh, so awkward. Let's try and get this matched up. You'll probably be having the same issues. And I've got the mouse right to the left of me here, which is not a good angle, Hudson. There you go. I've got my elevator set up less sensitive. Let's just do the ailerons in one hit. I just want to make these 0.10 because they're nearly okay, but just slightly less sensitive. Oh, grief. Try and match them together. I'm not doing a good job here. There we go. Ailerons 0.10. Elevator 0.25. Save them back. Save them back. So they should save now once you set them up. Let's move my elevator up. That's better. Moving up and down is far less sensitive now. Left and right. Yeah, it's a little less sensitive. That's the way I like it. How about autopilot stuff? Let's press my shifter button, hat switch up to increase my autopilot reference altitude 1,200 feet. Where's my heading bug? Shifter button, hat switch to the left to sync my heading bug. Press my autopilot button I set up before. Autopilot's on. Press my heading button. It's in heading mode, it's following the heading. Oh, I've got a course set up. You can see I'm nearly on that course. Let's press my nav button. Yeah, now it's following the course I've set up. So the autopilot's doing that. Let's remove these waypoints by pressing the button we set up. Toggle visual assistance. External view. Look around. There you go, my friends. Oh, look, someone else is on the runway there. I do hope this is helpful. This took me many hours to record this video. It wasn't simple. Hope it's going to be helpful to Xbox users, PC users, and PlayStation 5 users. Let me know in the comments. PC users, you can only do this on PC. It's settings, controls. I'm going to export both these settings, and it's in my Discord. Let me just show you that on screen. Hodison's controller setups. I'll export them both for you so you can use these if you want, if you just want a quick and easy setup. Only works on PC at the moment, people. To import them, just go to your cog next to your general and aeroplanes. Have them saved to your hard drive, the settings I'm going to export, and import them. I'll link a video I did about importing and exporting settings. Only works on PC. I'm going to leave it there. I'm knackered now. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. I hope it's helpful to some of you. Give this video a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. And I'll see you soon.